Good evening, students. Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
We can start the session. Yes, we will start the session yesterday. What we discussed yesterday, we are discussing various forms of the line. The meaning of various forms of the line means equation of line. In a coordinate geometry, if I know some data, how to express the equation of a straight line. So the first one is if the line is parallel to x-axis. If the line is parallel to x-axis. That is perpendicular to y-axis. So in this case, the equation of line is in the form of, the equation of line is y is equal constant. This is called horizontal line. If it is vertical line means perpendicular to x-axis. That means parallel to y-axis. If a line perpendicular to x-axis, so instead of taking perpendicular to x-axis, the line is parallel to y-axis, that is perpendicular to x-axis. So then the equation is in the form of x is equal to constant. That constant says through where it is meeting that respect to perpendicular axis. Suppose if it is parallel to y-axis means it is meeting x-axis. the constant value says at what value, at what coordinate, at what intercept this line is meeting, that will say x is constant. So next one is the equation having a given data as point and slope form. Point and slope form. So find the equation of a line passing through x1, y1 and having the slope m. So the form is, it looks like, we know m is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So from here we can able to discuss the, assume p is x comma y is any point on the line. So from here I can say m is equal to y minus y1 by x minus x1. So if I am taking into a standard form, y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is a format if the slope and point is given. The next one is 2-point form. Two-point form. Find the equation of a line if the line is passing through A, x1 comma y1, B, x2 comma y2. Same. Consider a point P x comma y. Slope of AB is equal to slope of AP or BP. So from here we can able to discuss, this will be y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is a form. It looks like, if I'm solving this one, I will get a linear equation of xy, which will show the equation of the straight line which is passing through A and B. The next one is intercept form, slope intercept form. There are two cases here. Case one, if slope and y-intercept is given, if slope and x-intercept is given, how to do? Intercept is nothing but a point where it is meeting on the axis. Case one. Find the equation of a line having slope is equal to m and y-intercept is c. So y is equal to mx plus c. This is one of the little important form, because if any equation, if you are able to write in this format, straight away you can say whatever the value multiplying with x is the slope of that line. Case 2. Find the equation of a line which is having slope m and its x-intercept is x0 or x1 or something. In this case, y is equal to m into x minus x0. This is how we can discuss the different forms of the slope so far. From here we can write, by seeing the equation, how I will know what is, sorry, next one is intercept form. One more form is remaining, intercept form. If A comma B are the x-intercept and y-intercept of a line, then equation of line is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. This is the intercept form. So before going to the last form called normal form, I'm going to give what is the use of these forms, how we can utilize very easily to answer some questions. If I'm taking any straight line will be in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are some constants, real numbers. Might be a can be 0, b can be 0, c can be 0. If a is 0, it is having one significance. If b is equal to 0, it is having one kind of significance. If c is equal to 0, it is having one kind of significance. We'll see. Particular constants, if it is 0, what will happen? The first one, if a is equal to 0, that is, it looks like by plus c is equal to 0. From here, I can say y is equal to minus c by b, which is known as y is equal to constant. That means it is looking like y is equal to constant. When you will get y is equal to constant, students? If y is equal to constant, what is its meaning? Please, guys, respond. If y is equal to constant, that represents what? That line is parallel to the given line is parallel to which axis? Guys, please respond. Students, there, you able to hear me? Students, you able to hear me or not? I'm talking. Guys, will able to hear me? Yes or no? Many are there from the class.
It will be parallel to x-axis.
Any others? Response, yes or no? Are you there in the class at least?
Sir, it will be parallel to x-axis.
Yes, I can hear you, Nitish. Just hold on a minute. What about others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it is parallel to x-axis. That means by seeing if the equation is looking like 3y plus 9 is equal to 0, that is nothing but y plus 3 is equal to 0, then this is a line which is parallel to x-axis. If coefficient of x is 0, then the equation of line, whatever the given line is parallel to x-axis. Second one. Suppose if I am giving, if b is equal to 0, that is, it is like ax plus c is equal to 0. From here, we will get equation is x is equal to minus c by a. That is nothing but some constant. So x is equal to some constant I am getting. In this case, this is a line. X is equal to constant says the given line is parallel to y-axis. Now, if c is equal to 0, if c is equal to 0, then the given line is passing through origin. The given line is passing through origin. That is how we can identify any equation doesn't have constant, that the graph is passing through origin. That particular graph drawing for that equation is passing through origin. It is easily to identify. Suppose if I'm asking you to find the equation of a line passing through x1 comma y1, 0 comma 0, and p is x comma y is any point, I can say y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to 0 minus y1 by 0 minus x1. Minus minus cancel. If I'm taking this one, if I'm cross multiplying, I will get yx1 minus y1 x1 is equal to xy1 minus x1 y1. These two things will cancel. Finally, I'm getting an equation y1 into x minus x1 into y is equal to 0. So this is some constant into x minus some constant into y is equal to 0, which represents the equation of line is always passing through origin if the constant is 0. And a and b never 0 simultaneously. There is no meaning. If I'm making A and B together is 0, it doesn't mean you are making the constant is 0. Suppose AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. A and B is never 0 together. Either A should be 0 or B should be 0 is possible cases. If I'm saying A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, and it is meaningless, and where you can't define, and you are giving a statement some constant is 0, compulsory that constant also should be 0. So it doesn't represent any straight line. Either A should be 0 or either B should be 0. So this statement, in general math, we can discuss. The next one. Suppose how I can identify the equation of the axis, equation of the x-axis, equation of the y-axis. If I'm taking, this is the general equation of a straight line. If I'm taking A is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, that means from the previous concept, previous thing, if A is equal to 0, that line is parallel to x-axis, C is equal to 0, and that line is passing through origin. So this condition says parallel to x-axis, and this condition says passing through origin. So from here we will get 0x plus by plus 0 is equal to 0, by is equal to 0, and y is equal to 0. That means this is the equation of x-axis. X-axis parallel to itself and passing through origin. A line passing through origin and parallel to x-axis, that equation is y is equal to 0. That is nothing but equation of x-axis we can define like this. Even if you take practically also, all the lines, all the points on the x-axis where y is 0. Suppose if I'm taking first point 1, 0, second point 2, 0, third point 3, 0, origin is 0, 0, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 0, minus 3, 0. So where your y coordinate is constant, that is equal to 0, and then the equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. Same as equation of x-axis is x is equal to 0. So you take any point on the y-axis, x coordinate is 0. If I'm taking the y-axis, this is 0, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 0, minus 3. So how I can say? If b is equal to 0 and c is equal to 0, I'm getting x is equal to 0. The meaning of x is equal to 0 means x is equal to some constant. X is equal to constant represents if b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0. This condition says line passing through origin, and this condition says if b is equal to 0, that means b is equal to some b is equal to 0 from above, we can say that is x is equal to constant. So line parallel to y-axis. A line parallel to y-axis passing through 0 is called y-axis. So this is a equation of y-axis. So if I'm writing how to remember, this is only where it will be useful in some numericals. Suppose this is x-axis and y-axis. This equation y is equal to 0, x-axis, and y-axis where equation is x is equal to 0. Don't confuse. Might be they may ask questions related to this also. Hope you are clear. Before going to the normal form, all these things clear, different forms and how to identify which is parallel to which and how to identify the equations and different cases, everything. Hope you are clear, students.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, by seeing the line, how I can identify? By seeing the line, how I can identify the slope? So if I am able to write any equation y is equal to mx plus c form, m is called slope, c is called y-intercept. Suppose if I am giving find the slope and y-intercept of the equation, I will give different methods. It will be useful to answer the MCQs within short method. So method 1. Just write into y is equal to mx plus c form. So by is equal to minus ax minus c. Y is equal to minus a by bx minus c by b. So from here, this is looking like y is equal to mx plus c, wherever m is equal to minus a by b, C is equal to minus C by B. So this is the slope of the line. And this is the y-intercept. Suppose if I'm asking what is the, if I'm giving an equation of a line, the given equation of line. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Again, if I'm asking what is its x-intercept and what is its y-intercept. What is the meaning of x-intercept where y-coordinate is 0? What is the meaning of y-intercept where x-coordinate is 0? Simple. So ax plus by is equal to minus c. Divide whole equation with minus c. Then I will get x is equal to minus c by a plus y by minus c by b is equal to 1. This is looking like x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So this is your x-intercept. And this is your y-intercept. Instead of like this, instead of comparing with intercept form, how I will get easily x-intercept and y-intercept. I already told you x-intercept means y-coordinate is 0. So substitute y is equal to 0 and solve for x. So ax plus c is equal to 0, x is equal to minus c by a. So this is your x-intercept. And y-intercept means where x coordinate is 0. A into 0 plus by plus c is equal to 0. So y is equal to minus c by b. This is your y-intercept. So this is many. The way how you can able to remember or which method will be useful for that particular given question, you can use and you can solve. It is not only for MCQs, descriptive questions also. These kind of strategies will be very much useful to solve the question in a comfortable way. Is it clear, guys? Guys, don't think each and every discussion will be available in the textbook. These are the things extract from the textbook concepts. Just it is not just they will give the different forms and they will explain. They will leave the derivations only. They will give. They will leave. They will give. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next one is the last form, normal form. Normal form, many places it will be useful, but for your level, we won't understand where it is using, sir. But we have to learn in upcoming studies, particularly in physics, these normal forms will be useful. It will be useful in a lot of situations. So first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of normal. Generally, this normal word we will listen in circles. Will you agree? Correct or not? If I'm taking a circle, this is called secant. This segment is called chord. The secant is touching at one point called tangent. And secant is passing through center. Then it is called diameter, the longest part. And a line drawing perpendicular to secant where it is touching the circle is called normal to that line. Normal. Normal means a line perpendicular to that particular discussion. Suppose if I'm saying normal to an area, suppose this is an area. The line which is perpendicular to this is called normal to this area. Normal. This is a line. Normal means a line perpendicular to this. This is called normal. In space, many normals I can draw. In space, many normals I can draw. But when it comes to plane figures, we are having some restrictions. Suppose if I'm having a straight line simply alone, I can draw infinity normals. Each and every line is perpendicular to. I can draw at each and every point on the straight line one perpendicular. All these lines are called as normals. But in case of a circle, there is a condition. Only one particular line we are calling as the normal. We won't call, suppose if it is a circle, if it is a circle, you can draw n number of tangents. Suppose I am taking one particular tangent here. This is a tangent. For this tangent, if this tangent is nothing but a line, this is a tangent. This tangent I can draw any so many perpendiculars I can draw. I can draw one perpendicular here, another perpendicular, another perpendicular. This is a contact point with the circle. Here also I can draw another perpendicular, another perpendicular, another perpendicular. But we will call the line drawn at the point of contact of the circle and tangent only called normal. Rest of the lines we won't call as a normal, but actually those are also called normal. But in circles, we will consider only one particular line, which is drawn at the point of contact of tangent and circle, that is called normal, because there is a significance. It will be a lot of useful for optics. You draw normal, any normal. If I'm drawing normal at any point, always it will pass through center. It's a common thing. You take any tangent and draw the normal. That normal will always pass through the center. We are having some theorems we done in 8th and 9th also. Same as in two-dimensional geometry, what is the meaning of normal? Same, the definition of the normal won't change. Suppose if I'm having a line in two-dimensional geometry, I'm taking a straight line here. We can take straight line in 4 different ways, which can intersect plus 4 ways I can take. This is one way. This is some other way where it is intersecting negative x-axis and positive, and I can say like this, and I can say like this also. So I'm taking one particular condition. We will start discussing first what is meant by tangent, normal of this line. I already told you normal means, according to previous discussions and our earlier classes, a line drawn perpendicular to that discussion. Here discussion is straight line. So if I'm drawing a perpendicular line, there are many points on this straight line. You can draw many perpendicular lines. All this I can't call as a normal in two-dimensional geometry. Which line I have to consider as a normal? A line perpendicular to given line and passing through origin. That particular line is called normal. And rest of all the lines are just perpendicular to that given line. So first of all, we have to know what is the meaning of normal. Normal is a line perpendicular to given line and passing through origin. Sir, is it possible I can draw any normal without passing through the origin? Is it possible, students? In two-dimensional coordinate geometry, geometrical, this is question related to geometry. Is it possible you can draw any line, any normal to a line without passing through the origin? Because I gave the normal definition, it should pass through the origin. Suppose if you take a line here, you draw many lines, compulsory one line will pass through the origin. If I'm taking a line like this is the normal line. Even if I'm taking very slant line like this, here also I can find out a normal like this. Compulsory at least one line. Even if I'm taking a line parallel to x-axis, your y-axis is the normal. If I'm taking a line parallel to y-axis, your x-axis is the normal, because the x-axis is passing through origin and perpendicular to the given line. So, if line is any situation, however it will be, whatever state it will be, you can able to define the normal here. But you take any line in the space. Suppose if I'm taking this screen is my x-axis, y-axis divided, the whole screen is divided into x-axis, y-axis, I can draw infinity lines in this coordinate system. But the common point for all these infinity lines are, you draw normal for any line, all the lines will pass through the origin. Suppose if I'm taking here itself 4 lines, all these 4 lines can be normals will pass through. You can draw a line in any position, but normal is always passing through origin. So any normal to any line and will always pass through the origin. So what is a normal form? Here, suppose if I'm giving a normal, I'm taking different lines. This is one line, this is one line. This line normal is this one. N1 is a normal for first line. This is a second line. So N2 is a normal for second line. If I'm taking some other line, I will get some other normal. But if I'm taking a line parallel to L1, you will get the same normal. If I'm taking a line parallel to L1, how many lines you are taking the parallel to one line? You will get a common normal. I am giving data related to normal. what are the data I can give? What are the possible data I can able to observe with respect to normal? Suppose if I am taking x-axis and y-axis, I am drawing a normal randomly. You can choose for between any axis to any axis. So always you're drawing positive to positive. Now I am drawing negative x-axis, negative y-axis. So this is my given line. But the given line related to data, I didn't give anything. But I gave, this is a normal. The green color line shows a normal. What are the data I gave? The data what I gave is, I gave the data, the length of the normal. That means I can extend the normal to any distance. This green color line is normal for the line 1. But the length of the normal will says the distance between origin and point of intersection of line and its normal. That means perpendicular distance from the origin. This is a perpendicular distance from the origin. Suppose if I am taking a line, OA is the normal distance or called perpendicular distance for the line 1 from the origin. Suppose if I am taking OP is a normal distance for the second line. And I am giving the angle with respect to positive x-axis and normal. So now I am giving another data. This angle I gave. This angle theta I gave. This theta is the, sorry guys. This angle is given. This is the theta, but theta is already assigned for the slope of the line. So I'm taking this is omega. Omega is the angle between with respect to x-axis and normal to the line. So normal is also nothing but a straight line, but it is having some standard condition which is passing through origin and as well as perpendicular to one particular line. Then it is called normal to that line. It is also nothing but a straight line which is always passing through origin. You take any normal in the coordinate system, the normal definition itself, it is passing through origin. So if I'm having these two data, how to calculate the equation of line? I'm giving the data like this. So to understand, first we will take non-vertical lines. Don't take a line parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. It is better. Suppose a normal, a non-vertical line is given. Suppose some line is given. This is a line. I'm asking you to find the equation of this line, 1, and given data. What is the given data? The first point is length of the perpendicular. Length of the perpendicular drawn from origin. That is nothing but length of normal. So I'm showing with a different color. Here they gave this value. O, and you can take this as a point A, and I have to calculate the equation of line L. So this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. And what is the second data is given? The second data is angle which normal makes with the positive direction of x-axis. Angle which normal makes with the positive direction of x-axis. That means they gave this angle between OA and x-axis. Your OA is the normal, and the distance between O and A is the length of the normal that is given. For example, this OA is equal to P units, and this angle is omega. Omega. This angle is omega. Now the angle between, suppose if I am taking a vertical here, it is meeting at M. So it is, I draw a very small diagram. So I will try to zoom out this one to understand. Yeah. Now it will be easy to understand. So M is given. AM I drawn. So angle AOM is omega. Angle AOM is omega. So hope you are clear. What is the diagram? Angle AOM is omega. These two data I am having. So with respect to these two data, how to calculate equation of line 1? But the data is completely related to OA. That means indirectly he is saying he gave the slope of OA, slope of normal he given, and the length of the normal. That means from origin perpendicular distance is given. With respect to this, how to calculate? But if I want to calculate the equation of a line, what are the things I want? At least I want one point and slope, worst case, or I want 2 points, or I want at least intercepts. So here slope can be calculated very easily. How to calculate the slope here? If we consider this x-axis is meeting, this is vertical here. This is a line like this. I'm zooming out. This is my O, this is A, this is my perpendicular. And this is omega. And if I'm drawing a perpendicular here, this is 90 degrees. Then what is this angle? How will you get this angle? This is a perpendicular here. What is this angle you will get? This is only the equation, slope of the line, required line. Will you agree? Students, first find out the coordinate of A with the help of the right angle triangle. If I am taking, this is M. Find the length of OM and AM, then I will get the point A. So this is my triangle. And this distance is P. O, A, M. So this is omega. With the help of trigonometry, cos omega is equal to OM by P. From here, OM is equal to P cos omega. And sin omega is equal to AM by P. That is equal to AM is equal to P sin omega. From here, the coordinates of A is equal to P cos omega, P sin omega, where omega is the angle between normal and positive x-axis, P is the length of the normal, perpendicular distance from the origin to the normal. Now, it is very clear the required line is passing through this point. And if you observe the definition of the normal, line L and OA are perpendicular. Suppose ML is the slope of required line. MN is the slope of normal. Both are perpendicular to each other. So from the discussion, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, their product of the slopes should be -1. From here, the required slope line, the required line slope will be equal to -1 by slope of normal. What is the slope of normal? They gave the angle. So it will be very easy to say slope of normal is how much? ML is equal to -1 by tan omega. So now it is very easy to calculate the equation of the line with respect to this data. So now point is there, slope of that line L is there. With the help of y by slope and point form, I can able to calculate the equation of line. So I'm applying the slope and point form. So the line passing through A, that is P cos omega, P sin omega, and having slope -1 by tan omega, or to make it comfort, make it cot omega, minus cot omega. So we know y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is your x1, this is your y1, and this is your m in this case. So y minus p sine omega is equals m into, that is m, I'm writing, minus 1 by tan omega into x minus p cos omega. X minus p cos omega. So for comfort, I am releasing the tan. So 1 by tan is nothing but cos by sine. So y minus p sine omega is equal to minus cos omega by sine omega. X minus p cos omega. So I'm cross multiplying. If I'm cross multiplying, what I will get? Y sine omega minus p sine square omega is equal to minus x cos omega, minus of minus plus p cos square omega. Take all x and all the things on one side. These two, I'm taking this side. I will get like this: x cos omega plus y sine omega minus p sine square omega minus p cos square omega is equal to 0. From here, I can say x cos omega plus y sine omega. If I'm taking p common, sine square omega plus cos square omega is equal to 1. So x cos omega plus y sine omega is equal to p is known as equation of line, equation of required line. This is the equation of required line in its normal form. Why I'm saying this is normal form? Because this constant says length of the normal. And sine omega, cos omega. If I'm taking the ratio of y coordinate by x coordinates, this will give the slope of the normal. This is the equation of line which is having a normal. The normal is in such a way, p distance from origin and omega angle with respect to x-axis. So whatever the constants are available in this equation, it is related to its normal. So you can able to explain everything related to normal based on that given equation. That's the reason this form is called normal form. Hope you are clear, guys. Are you clear? What is the meaning of normal form? Exactly. Students, any doubts in the normal form? My experience, many people will feel little struggle to do the normal form. But I hope I explained very clearly and elaboratively what is exactly its meaning, what it says. Guys, I need your response. It's very important. Anyone
Yes,
have?
sir, it is clear.
So we will do a few numericals based on this. Almost we completed the topic. Even next topic also related to equation of lines only. Write the equation of x-axis and y-axis. What is the equation of x-axis? X-axis is a line parallel to x-axis and passing through origin. So what is the equation of x-axis, students? Equation of x-axis. Y is equal to 0.
Y is equal to 0. Yes.
Equation of y-axis. X is equal to 0.
X is equal.
You take some 4 or 5 points on that particular axis, then you will get clarity. That's how we can remember the equations. You take any point x-axis, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, where your y coordinate is always 0. You take any point on y-axis, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, all points are on y-axis. So simple. Second question. Equation of line passing through point. The point is minus 4, 3. And slope 1 by 2 and equation of line they want. What form I have to use here? I have to use Which kind of form? What form I have to use? Slope and point and slope form or slope point form. So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus 3 will be equal to 1 by 2 into x minus of minus 4. This will be y minus 3 is equal to 1 by 2 into x plus 4. So 2y minus 6 is equal to x plus 4. From here, if I'm taking in standard form, x minus 2y plus 10 is equal to 0. This is the equation of line for the given data. Having the slope 1 by 2 and passing through minus 4 comma 3. Clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Next question. Questions are simple if you understood the concepts. The equation of a line passing through origin and slope m. So this is also point slope form. So point is 0, 0, slope is m. So y minus 0 is equal to m into x minus 0. So
Y equal to M.
in standard form, mx minus y is equal to 0. This is the equation of required line. Fourth question. Equation of a line passing through 2 comma 2 root 3 and making an inclined with x-axis at an angle of 75. So m is equal to tan 75. How to do this question? If you are able to remember tan 75 straight away, you can do it. If you are unable to remember, what do you have to do? Tan of 30 plus 45. Tan of 45 plus 30. How much, students? Tan 45 plus 30? Tan 45 plus tan 30 divided by 1 minus
1 minus tan 45 into tan 30.
45 is 1. Tan 30 is how much? Tan 30 is 1 by root
1
3.
by root 3.
1 plus 1 by root 3 divided by 1 minus 1 by root 3. This will be root 3 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1. So this is a slope. This is a point. So you can rationalize and you can do, or without rationalize also you can keep it like this. It's your wish. So now equation of line is y minus 2 root 3 is equals root 3 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1 into x minus 2. If I'm solving this one, I will get the equation. So if I'm cross multiplying, what will happen? This will be equal to root 3 minus 1 into y minus 2 root 3 is equal to root 3 plus 1 into x minus 2. I'm multiplying. This is root 3y minus 2 into 3 is 6 minus y minus of minus plus 2 root 3. It will be equal to root 3x minus 2 root 3 plus x, and it will be minus 2. Do you agree, students? It's clear? Now collect all the things. Root 3x is there. So if I'm taking y common here, root 3 minus 1. So plus 2 root 3 minus 6. If I'm taking x common here, root 3 plus 1. Then it will be minus 2 root 3. This if I'm taking cancel, this will become minus 4. If I'm taking all the things one side, root 3 plus 1 into x minus y into root 3 minus 1 is equals 4 root 3 minus 4 or 4 common root 3 minus 1. So your wish, however you want to represent this equation, you can represent. Or you can rationalize and you can multiply everything with root 3 plus 1 or root 3 minus 1. It's your wish. However you want to do, you can do. Is it clear, guys, what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The next question. Intersecting the x-axis at a distance 3 units to the left of the origin with slope minus 2. What is the given data? Extracting the given data is very important. I already told you. The given data says the line is meeting x-axis 3 units left to the origin. That means if this is the origin, left means -1, -2, -3. And the line is like this, where this angle is, slope is -2. It is like this. -2 means it is not like this. Definitely, this line will be like this. Because of negative slope, it is an obtuse angle. So your theta is -2. Tan theta is -2. And it is intersecting x-axis 3 units from the origin. So from here I can understand the intersecting point is -3, 0. So that is the line passing through -3, 0 and having slope -2. So y minus 0 is equal to -2 into x minus of -3 is x plus 3. That is y is equal to -2x minus 6. This will be 2x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0 is the equation of line. The same question how I may discuss in a different point of also. If I know the x-intercept, because indirectly they gave the x-intercept. Given data is x-intercept is -3 because left of the origin is -3. Slope is -2. So if I'm using x-intercept and slope form, y is equal to m into x minus x naught, where your x naught is the x-intercept. So y is equal to -2 into x minus of -3 is x plus 3. From here I can say 2x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0 is the required equation of line. Whatever method you use, you'll get the same answer. So it's your wish how your mind will retrieve the concepts at the moment of the examination. So it is depends upon student, how they practiced, what method he feel easy and all. So whatever method you use, both are correct only. First I am using point and slope form. Here I am using point and slope and intercept form. So both are related to slope concept only. Hope you are clear what I am trying to say. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Next question. Intersecting the y-axis at a distance of 2 units above the origin and making an angle of 30 degrees. 2 units above the origin. So I am taking straight away y-intercept, question number 6. Y-intercept is +2 because above the origin +2. Making an angle and 30 degrees with the positive direction of the x-axis. They gave that tan theta value, that is slope will be equal to tan 30, which is equal to 1/√3. So they gave the y-intercept, they gave the slope. So intercept, slope intercept form I am using, but this intercept is y, slope is m. So y-intercept, y is equal to mx plus c is my answer. If I'm substituting y and m is 1/√3x plus c is 2. So from here, √3y is equal to x plus 2√3. So finally the equation is x minus √3y plus 2√3 is equal to 0. This is how we can discuss. Or we can see like this. Why the line is passing 2 units above the origin means the line is passing through 0, 2 and slope is equal to tan 30. You can use y minus 2 is equal to tan 30 into x minus 0, slope and point form. So y minus 2 is equal to 1 by root 3x. So from here, I will get, if I'm simplifying this one, I will get the same equation. So this is how you can explain both the ways. It's your wish. However you want, we can discuss. Yeah, make sure that angle is positive direction of x-axis or not. Very keenly you have to observe what angle they give. That is the importance of the reading the question. So you should not think the angle is straight away always slope. Sometimes they might confuse you. The 30 degrees with respect to negative x-axis means 180 minus 30 is your slope angle. So keep it in mind. Reading the question is very important. Sometimes they will twisting in the sense whether they are reading the question is properly or not. Also, they will try to do like this. Don't think if they're giving negative x-axis, it is wrong data. It's a correct only. We have to understand with respect to positive x-axis 180 minus theta. So find the equation of a line passing through the point. The points are minus 1, 1, 2, minus 4. So they gave the point A, point B, and asking equation of a line. What is a point and point form? Students, point and point form is what? Y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Suppose if I'm taking this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. Y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This will be y minus 1 by x plus 1 is equal to minus 5 by 2 minus of minus 1 is 3. If I'm cross multiplying, 3y minus 3 is equal to minus 5x minus 5. So it is in simplest form, 5x plus 3y minus 3 plus 5 is equal to 0. This will be 5x plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. This is a required equation of line which is passing through minus 1 comma plus 1 and 2 comma minus 4. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll meet in the next class. Bye, everyone. Anyone having any doubts, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll meet in the next class. Please practice some more questions. If any doubts,
Okay,
you know, it will take one more class, and for completion of this exercise, after that we will go applications of this. With respect to this, some other data, how we can discuss, some other numericals we'll discuss in next class. Bye, students.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you.